The sun is shining, we're back at the beach, and today we're going to talk about everyone's favourite hot topic, electric cars. Behind me, I've got a Kona EV, Kona E, Kona Electric, however you want to call it. I've got one here, it's premium. This has got the big battery, 64 kilowatt. And I've got a self-charging hybrid as well, just so you guys can see what that looks like. Very, very similar. Hyundai have done a cracking job of not making the Kona EV to EV, if that makes sense. A lot of manufacturers like to make these cars look not great. The Kona EV looks amazing. Really, really important, battery. How far can you go on a battery? A lot of people ask these questions. It's a really important question to ask. I appreciate that. Two battery sizes with the Kona EV. You've got a 39 kilowatt and a 64, which is what this is here. 39 is good for 180, 190 miles, and the 64 is good for 300 miles. It's one of the best value electric cars on the market at the moment. It's a good size, and most importantly, that range really is the thing that attracts a lot of people to it. Good spec, good warranty, 5 years on the car, 8 years, 100,000 miles on the battery, 125,000 on the Ioniq 5. So there's nothing to be scared of. Just in here, we've got a couple of charging points, CCS Type 2. These are things you will have heard of in the electric car, I'll get there, the electric car landscape. So the top one, that's what you use at home. Typically what you have at home is a 7.2 kilowatt charger, and out and about, if you need to do rapid charging, 100 kilowatt charger will charge us up in about 40 minutes to 80% from zero. So, you know, time for a coffee, a quick loo break, have a stretch your legs. The reality is a car like this that will do 300 miles to a full charge. I certainly can't drive for 300 miles without having to stop. But less about my bladder and wing needs. We'll walk around the car and show you some of the bits inside. So this is a premium, it's a mid-spec, it's finished in surfy blue. If you could just zoom in on that paint, Harry, because goodness gracious me, look at that, it pops. Looks similar to the old Blue Lagoon we had on the Kona Play. I need to just admit something, I called this a Kona Play in the last video, it's not, it's an SE. Anyway, have a look in front there, we've got a lovely centre console, big 10.25 inch AVN unit. It's a premium, we've got heated seats, heated steering wheel, reverse camera, sat-nav, Apple CarPlay, the list goes on and on and on. Now, in terms of equivalent horsepower, this is just over 200 horsepower and 395 newton meters of torque. So it is a really, really fun car to drive. I appreciate that's not necessarily what it's here for, but it does pick up well. Boot in here, we've got a big sign that we've just popped in there to give you an idea of the size of the boot. This is our charging cable, or one of our charging cables. We have got some underfloor storage too. Now you've got a tray here, luggage net, and this here is our 3-pin plug. That is what we call granny cable, an emergency cable that allows you to plug it into a 3-pin plug. Wait for the lorry to go past, just in case you're stuck somewhere but have access to a 3-pin plug and you need to charge. Moving into the rear, we'll do the obligatory sit-down test. And actually, again with Harry's 5'11" and 3/4 size in the front, I've got enough leg room to be comfortable. My feet can go right underneath. Got a low floor here, no transmission, so we haven't got loads of gearbox taking up any of the rear space. Armrest as well, always handy, and cup holders. You wouldn't believe how many people ask for cup holders in the rear. Don't worry about that, you've got them in the Kona EV. If it goes without saying, the seats go down as well. I won't show you that, that's pretty standard stuff. I'm going to pop the bonnet because a lot of you will be thinking, well, you know, what's where the engine's supposed to be? Now, some cars, such as the Ioniq 5, has under bonnet storage. This hasn't, but to give you an idea, it just looks like an engine. Anything orange you don't touch, that's high voltage cabling, so that's all to do with the battery and things like that. We've still got traditional 12 volt, that does some of the ancillary stuff. Washer fluid, really, that's the only thing you need to worry about. Electric cars, servicing, a lot less. Road tax, a lot less. Cost per mile, in most cases, guess what, it's a lot less. Anyway, 01793 816 800. We're going to be at the Cricklade Fair this weekend, showing off some electric cars. We're probably going to have this and the Ioniq 5 there, so do come along, ask any questions you might have. I know it's been a very, very brief video, but just wanted to delve into the Kona Electric and give you an idea on what that is, how it works, and hopefully we'll see you Sunday.